I'm going to go after my dreams because who the fuck else is? Who else is going to go after your dreams for you? Not one person. Do you need someone to tell you that? I'm telling you right now, go after your dreams. Do you need someone to tell you to choose you? Okay, choose you. Do you need someone to tell you that it might not work out the way you want it to? Oh, it might not work out the way you want it to. But let me tell you something else. You don't got a chance in hell of anything working out if you don't fucking go for it. I mean, what are you waiting for? Are you one of these people that's waiting for the right time when the kids are in daycare, when my husband gets a promotion, when I don't have to work the second job, when it's summertime and the kids don't have all these activities? What bullshit excuse are you telling yourself? Life is busy, and let me tell you something else. It's never going to stop. You're going to continue to be busy. You're going to get more things on your plate that you don't even know is coming. But there's a real funny thing that happens when you choose you. Hello, everyone. Janna here. Thanks for tuning in to Revive with Janna. All right, so today I'm going to talk about uncovering your true self beyond fear and doubt. So what does that mean, right? Uncovering your true self beyond fear and doubt, because most of us live our lives subjecting ourselves to fear and doubt. All the insecurities that we have, that negative tape that plays in our head over and over and over, is really what controls our life. It's what controls the decisions we make or the decisions we don't make. And I lived almost 40 years that way. And, it's been, I'm 43. It's been over 4 years now that I've truly stepped into my purpose, that I've truly, shattered my limiting beliefs and become who I was meant to be. And I never realized that I was living my life succumbing to fear, to doubt, to anxiety, and living in a box that others created for me, but living in a box that I created for myself. And that box was made up of all of the limiting beliefs I had, all of the pain, all of my fears, all of my insecurity. And I had walls, and I had a ceiling, and I had a floor. And my God, I was stuck in that little thing. The thing is, my friends, is you shouldn't have the walls. You can't spread your wings and fly. You shouldn't have a ceiling because you're just putting a limit on yourself. When you have a ceiling, you can't go above it. But you should always have a floor. And the reason is because your floor, those are your boundaries. Those are your standards. And you should have high standards. That's not snobby. That's not snooty. That is absolute respect for yourself. Knowing your worth. You can't be there for everybody. You can't be what everybody needs. You can only do that for yourself. And then when you do that, you attract those that do the same. And then you get to just continue to just fill each other's cup. But you also get rid of those that just drain you, right? They're just emotional vampires and leeches. And I talk about this a lot in my book, right? I have a chapter on it. But I want to talk about it more today because, especially with women, there is nothing more that just makes me feel good than when I see a woman step into her power. When I see a woman break those invisible chains. When I see a woman get rid of the fear and the doubt and that old insecure negative tape playing on repeat in her head. Tell me, what kind of life are you going to live if that's how you live it? You're not. It's going to just be a mediocre, boring life. And my friends, you got one life to live. You got one fucking life. That's it. Just one. And it's yours. It's not your partner's, your parents, your family's. It's yours. It's your life. Think about this. You can do this now or when this episode's over, but I really want you to do this one thing today. What the fuck do you want out of life? And don't you dare for 1 second, when that answer pops in your head, maybe it's more than one, but don't you dare go, oh my God, that's stupid. I'm not going to think that. That's the fear and doubt. If someone would have asked me, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, okay, what do you really want to be? And I'd be like, oh man, I want to write a book. I want to be a speaker. And then I'd be like, I mean, I'm not going to share that because that's stupid. And we all know that's not going to happen. Cool. Well, I succumbed to the fear and doubt then, right? In that moment. But there was a moment. There was a moment that was a pivotal moment. And that was when about 4 years ago, I was sitting outside by myself, which I often do, especially when I want to think or clear my head, pray, meditate. And I was like, what am I doing, man? I've been through hell and back between Lyme disease, the infidelity, the divorce, and losing my kids half the time. What am I doing? This isn't the life I want to live. You know, I was a nutritionist, but I had so much more. I could feel that storm inside of me. I could feel that fire. And I knew, and I was like, that's it. Fuck this shit. Am I really more scared of failure? Am I really more scared of what others are going to say or think? Or am I really more scared about what I look like? If I go after my dreams, then I'm scared of not fucking going after them. When I asked myself that question, the answer was pretty damn obvious. And that was, I'd been more scared of failure, more scared of what others fucking thought. If I went after my dreams and I was scared of not living the life that I was meant to live, then I was scared of going after my dreams. But not anymore. In that moment, it fucking changed. I was like, fuck that. I'm getting my power back. And I'm going to go after my dreams because who the fuck else is? Who else is going to go after your dreams for you? Not one person. Do you need someone to tell you that? I'm telling you right now, go after your dreams. Do you need someone to tell you to choose you? Okay, choose you. Do you need someone to tell you that it might not work out the way you want it to? Oh, it might not work out the way you want it to. But let me tell you something else. You don't got a chance in hell of anything working out if you don't fucking go for it. I mean, what are you waiting for? Are you one of these people that's waiting for the right time when the kids are in daycare, when my husband gets a promotion, when I don't have to work the second job, when it's summertime and the kids don't have all these activities? What bullshit excuse are you telling yourself? Life is busy, and let me tell you something else. It's never going to stop. You're going to continue to be busy. You're going to get more things on your plate that you don't even know is coming. But there's a real funny thing that happens when you choose you. When you go the route of free will and you get out of this mediocre victim mindset bullshit and get off that fucking road and you go down the road of the unknown, which is normally the road of freedom, the universe rewards you and, well, they kind of part the Red Sea for you. Things kind of work out really, really good and really, really easy when you choose yourself. You might not see it. You might not understand it. You might think that's woo-woo, but guess what? It's not. The universe is very, very loud in answering you when you choose yourself, when you choose the right path, when you are making the right choice. I mean, you make it and you're like, gosh, I really hope I know. I hope I see a sign. It's not going to be a month. It's not going to be a week. It's not going to be a fucking year. It is boom. It's instantaneous. And I'm not even kidding. I talk about this in my book, in this pivotal moment when I almost walked away from my dream because all those fears and insecurities came in because I thought, well, all those other women are more successful than me. They're more beautiful. Da, 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 da. Nobody has what you have. Nobody has what I have. There's more than one nutritionist in this world. There's more than one narcissist expert. There's more than one mindset expert. There's more than one author. There is more than one everything. You and your fucking best friend can both be and do the same thing in life, but guess what? We're not going to do it the same. The way you react to a situation, the way you learned, the way it affected you, the way you then would share it, the way you then would teach it and relay it, no one else can do it. Only you. There is a certain way that people hear things that it resonates. And the way I say things resonates with people on a deep level. And then there's people where they're just like, she's a little too abrasive, or yeah, I don't really, she's not my cup of tea. Fucking cool. I don't want to be everybody's cup of tea. Don't want to be, and I'm not trying to be. I'm just going to be me, do me. And I know that that in itself is being of service to others, and that in itself is going to draw the right people in. If you're trying to, just camouflage yourself and just kind of blend in everywhere, you're just going to be blending in. I don't want to blend in. I want to stand out. What do you want? What do you want to do? So I'm going to give you permission right now to choose you. I'm going to give you permission right now. In fact, I'm going to tell you right now a rule. You can no longer put yourself and your dreams to the side. You can no longer say, when this is over, or I'm too busy, or maybe next year, or pop, pop. Nope. Right fucking now. Right now. What you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for? Because guess what? Maybe it's not the right path for you, but you're never going to know, and life's going to keep going by. And here's something else I've learned. I never saw this like this exact road for myself. I did it very similar. I had no idea I'd write my book so fast. I thought, well, that'll be way down the road. But it wasn't, because the universe kind of just, they kind of get you, and it just guides you. It guides you when you fucking get it. It guides you when you choose the choice. But you have to overcome fear and doubt. Stop doubting yourself. There's enough people out there that doubt you. Who gives a shit? Some people spend more time judging others and critiquing their lives. They doubt everybody. They don't even give themselves the benefit of the doubt. They doubt their own damn selves. Who cares? You don't need those people in your life. Get rid of every toxic person, get rid of every doubter, get rid of every naysayer, every pessimist, get rid of every complainer and every person that just criticizes. I don't care if it is your mother or your sister, blood relative or not. No one gets a free fucking pass. In fact, the closer that you are to me, or the closer we should be, the more I expect from you, the less bullshit I expect. No one gets a free pass. Everyone earns a seat at your table. And it's not a fucking buffet, by the way. It's a very small round table at a fine dining restaurant. That's your table. Do you want to eat at a very nice upscale restaurant, or do you want to go eat at a sloppy buffet? Probably the fine dining restaurant, right? Well, that's what you have to offer, though. You have to provide that. I call the toxic people the emotional vampires. I call them weeds, and weeds pluck themselves out when you put up that fence, aka boundaries. Okay? They don't like it. When you start to set boundaries for yourself, when you have higher standards for yourself, you want to know who really isn't authentic and true in your life and really there for you? Well, they will make themselves super, super obvious, because they're the ones that just balk and just complain and just like, they don't like your new boundaries. They don't like your higher standards, because it shines a light on their insecurities. It shines a light on their shittiness, and they don't like that. But you don't want those people in your life, and it's going to hurt and it's going to suck. But those people weren't really your people, and they weren't really who you thought they were. But too many people live in fear and doubt of just that. What if I lose my friends? What if? What if? Most of the fear and doubt that people have is made up of other people's and your insecurities, and it just feeds off of each other. But I really do believe most people worry about what other people think than they do their own damn selves. Right? It's about, what will, my best friend think? What will my clique, my little neighborhood group think? What about what you think? What do you think? What do you want? How about wanting the right people in your life? How about saying, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to go after all that I want. I'm going to choose myself. And it'll shine a light. It'll shine a light on the weeds in my life. And it does. So overcoming your fear and doubt, it happens one way, right? It's like, oh, I really don't want to step in that cold water, you don't want to jump right in. You kind of just want to put your toe in and gradually sink your body into the cold water, but it's more painful. And you feel how cold it is, much, much, much more intense. And by the time you get to about your waist, about your abdomen, you're like, yeah, it's too fucking cold. I'm uncomfortable. Boop. Exit. You don't want to be in that water. Sometimes you just got to jump the fuck in, and it's still cold, but guess what? It's not the same intensity, and it's over, and then it's refreshing. You're just going to have to jump on in. Do something different today, right? What can you do today? The next time that fear creeps in, the next time your doubt creeps in, I want you to just say, fuck that. I'm going to choose something different. Thanks for reminding me, negative thought, of what I don't want. You got to just change it. You don't have to let every single thought that comes into your mind just sit there and veg out, right? You need to choose to say goodbye to every single thought and fear and doubt that comes into your fucking mind. What if, what if, what if? What if it works? What if you make it? What if you fly? How are you going to know? Do you teach your kids to believe fear and doubt and insecurities? Or do you do your best to make sure they don't have them? Do you tell your kids you can be anything you want to be? You could be an astronaut. You can be a doctor. But you're not doing shit. Maybe you have a successful job, but maybe it's not really what you want. Maybe you're not happy. Maybe you think that your dreams and your aspirations are stupid, they're childish, they won't work. Let me tell you something. Wherever your passion is, follow that. Look at all of your painful moments in life, the adversities. Man, what was in that for me to learn? Because that is where the tools were for you to have to be what you're meant to be. It's never too late to go back and pick it up and learn. Guys, start paying attention. We never know when our last day is, when we take our last breath. And I'm not going to be on my deathbed glad that I stayed in fear, glad I chose to, listen to the doubt, glad I lived a mediocre life. Fuck that. I want to be looking back and being so grateful that I chose the unknown path, that I chose the path of least resistance. No, that I chose the path with a lot of resistance, that I chose the path to victory, to step into my purpose, because that's how I am showing my kids today and every day that they can be what they want to be, that they can do it. The moment that I chose myself, that I was talking to you about in the beginning of this episode, the moment where I was outside and I was like, wow, I've literally lived my entire life succumbing to fear and doubt, and I'm done. I'm going to say yes to me. I'm going to go after my dreams, all of them. I then told my kids, I said, hey guys, I want y'all to come sit at the table. I want to tell you something. And they're just like, and we'd been through hell and back right now last year. So they were probably worried about what I was going to say. And I said, hey, and I knew that, by the way, but me saying this to my kids was like, that meant I was going to do it, because I would never, ever tell my kids something like this and make a promise and not keep it. So this was me holding myself accountable. And I said, mommy's always wanted to be a writer and write a book and have my own podcast and speak on stage. And, the old me would have felt stupid for saying that and dumb for telling somebody. And there was a little bit of moment, I'm not going to lie, where I thought my kids are going to look at me going, okay. All three kids were like, really? Mom, you would be so good at that. Oh my God, when? When does your podcast start? What? I'm not. They were excited, and I was too. And I went after my dreams immediately, and the universe answered immediately. And 2 years later, here I am. 2 years later, I've written a number one best-selling book. My podcast is growing and doing quite well. My Instagram following went from 1,700 to 64,000. By doing me, by staying true to myself, by overcoming fear and doubt. Look, I still get fear and doubt, but I just say goodbye to it. And it reminds me of what I do want. And sometimes when I have a lot of fear and doubt, I know that I must be doing something right? All right. I want you to choose you today. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you soon.